you're in your early teens, your early 20s, and you're worried about how to navigate the future and you don't know which direction to take in your early 20s. Well, this video is for you. I'm going to be letting you know what life lessons I wish I knew in my early 20s that I didn't have to. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'm so happy to like see all of your comments, see all of your engagement. Anyway, okay, so the first thing, just do it. I've said this in one of my other videos, just do it. I remember when I was younger, I asked my older sister the same like question. She said to just do it. If you do things now, you won't regret things later, and if you move quick now, you can make mistakes easily. When I say just do it, I don't make stupid decisions, but I'm saying make calculated, planned decisions. But I would say just do it now. If you want to take that holiday, plan for it, save up for it, and just do it now, because you might not have time in the future. And that's because even though you're young, you've got a future ahead of you. Time's ticking, it's always ticking. So just do whatever you want to do now. Okay, the next thing is maintaining your weight. Okay, so when I was younger, I struggled with like weight and whatnot. It stressed me out, like food cravings, it stressed me out. But I always had this mindset that once I did lose weight, it'll be all over. Like, I wouldn't have to stress about it anymore. That's not the case. We're always like, I work with colleagues and they're always like talking about their weight because we work in an office, we're always sitting down. So when it comes to your weight and maintaining it, it's always going to be a constant thing you have to go through, whether you're 30, 40, 50 or 80. It's something that you need to consistently prioritize, and it can involve not just eating healthy eating habits and watching what you eat, but it also involves exercising, which is something that I know that I still need to incorporate, because there's a thing called skeletal muscle where if you have more skeletal muscle, it means that you have more muscle attached to your skeleton, which is good for mobility. It stops you from being weak when you're older, like in your early 30s and whatnot, and it makes you more mobile and like more prone to be able to move your body easily. And also the type of foods that you eat, so eating healthy vegetables, eating healthy food, the drinks that you drink. So I would highly advise prioritizing your maintaining your weight and also prioritizing your health and watching what you eat, just so that you can have a happy future and you don't have to go to the hospital for an undiagnosed problem that you have with your body. Following your gut. Okay, so when you're younger, you haven't experienced a lot in life, so you have a gut feeling and you struggle with understanding. Well, I struggled with understanding if I was anxious, if it's my gut feeling. I wasn't sure, or if I was just hungry. But yeah, I wasn't sure. But now I look back, I'm like, oh my, it was my gut feeling. This is based off like when everyone's going to uni. When I was like younger, everyone's going to uni. I was like, something isn't right. Uni isn't for me. Like, I dropped out of sixth form, then I went back to sixth form. It just didn't work out for me. And I was like, I was just wasting my time there. And I was looking at what skills I needed for the job that I'm doing now, and I realized I don't really need this. Well, the skills that I need for this job isn't in the uni courses, is not in sixth form. I was looking at other ways and what I can do, and I remember thinking, I'm so tired of school. I want to learn how to do my job, but by actually being in that environment. So I kind of just did my thing. My mom wants me to do university and whatnot. She was annoyed I dropped out of sixth form, but I decided to follow my gut, and by following my gut, I ended up like getting my dream career early, and I ended up being ahead of my peers. Even my mom was like, oh my god, I can't, like, yeah, you should do an apprenticeship and whatnot. But now I'm so thankful that I followed my gut, because I knew that it wasn't for me, and in order to get to that job, you don't necessarily need to go to university. So I was so thankful that I decided to take that route. So because of that, I remember to always follow my gut. And this kind of links in with the next thing. Knowing what career path you want early will set you for life. Because once you're done with that, like, you're tired of the career that you knew you wanted, you can always move to the next career. The problem is when you're like 16 years old and you get thrown into the working world, you get thrown into sixth form, you get thrown into exams and whatnot, you don't know what you want to do. Okay, so you need to research and find out whatever you can do. Talk to people, because the way that I found out what my dream job is, it was by talking to one of my siblings, and that's how I came across it. And also by working in Primark and working in like clothing retail companies, I was exposed to this the career that I'm in now, but because of experience. But because of that, my dream job and being able to have my job early, the job that I like early, it's been able to set me up for life and also make me not feel like I'm behind. And also I recommend to for jobs that retain your energy. So one thing I do is that I work from home, and also I have benefits from the job. I have other benefits I like from the job, so not just the job itself. Of course, it's easier said than done, but what will be the best thing is to really research and look at what job opportunities are available. You need to research, look, talk to people, and see what you like. Because I know at the time I was looking at everything, and we had the career lens, and nothing seemed to float my boat. But by talking to people and doing lots of research, it really helps. Trying new things really helps me. The third thing is trying new things helps me discover what I desire in life, and also talking to different people I like and don't like. By doing this, it can help me from stopping myself from feeling like I'm lost in life. And also, once I do find out the things I do like and the things I don't want to do in the future, what I do like in my life, I understand that I'm not going to be the same person in 10, 5, 3 months, 3 years. So I know that once I do find out what I like, that will most likely, it might change. I might not like the same things that I used to like. I need to accept that it changes and that life is a journey, and I'm not going to be the same person with the same habits, with the same interests throughout the rest of my life. Women, plan when you want to have kids as early as you can. This is great because of the biological time clock and also menopause. Like, I'm a fan of Rihanna, and I remember seeing her Ellen interview, and she was talking about her ovaries, and I was like, oh. It also my mum talking about menopause and whatnot. It also made me realize the other day I literally googled menopause because I know why we have menopause, but I realized that after that stage you can't have children anymore. So that's around the age of 45 to 55, but it can depend on each person. So you might have it earlier than some people. So that made me realize that if I desire to have kids, then I need to plan it as early as I can, because I can't have kids whenever I want. That was quite devastating. I just learned that recently. I know this, but it just clocked in my brain just recently. But of course, if you want to, you can always adopt. Friends, usually guys tend to stick with their school friends, girls usually don't. But one thing I've realized, that you may grow out of will most likely grow out of school friend relationships, and you'll make new friends, and you'll make long-term friends through like your uni days. Those are the ones that usually stick around. I didn't go uni, so I didn't really get that phase, but one thing I've learned is that I'm happy that I'm making new friends at this current age of mine, because I'm 24, because I'm able to understand because I've changed since I was in my late teens, and even my early 20s, like 21 years old, and I know that there are different things that I desire in this phase of my life. So it's good to make new friends, and you may grow out of your old friends, but it just is what it is, only because you may have a different interest. They might have kids, they might marry, so you might have different interests. Because I know right now I want to party, have fun, and just live my best life, and also make money and work. So that's why you might have different interests, but that's fine, because you can always make new friends. Also, choose your friends wisely, because birds of a feather flock together. Just like that song from Billie Eilish, that's a lovely song. Birds of a feather do flock together. So if you're ambitious, be around people who are ambitious. If you're into fashion, be around people who are into fashion. If you're someone that likes people that you aren't similar to you, then be friends with people who have different interests to what you have. Be friends with people with different cultures if that's what you desire. Be friends with people if you want to be in a certain career like healthcare. Be friends with healthcare people. I also noticed that having friends of friends is really good. It's cool, but I noticed that having a friend of a friend is different, very different to having your actual friend. Like the relationship is stronger when you have with that actual friend rather than a friend of a friend. I feel like it's because you put less effort into it because of your friend of a friend, so you didn't put as much effort into. But a relationship with a friend that isn't a friend of a friend is much more stronger, and there's much more of a connection. Depending on what you desire, when you're younger, you don't really need a boyfriend. Like, you don't really need to be in a relationship, especially when you're like 14. Like, what? We're all young, we're still figuring things out. It's not necessary. I would say though, date around, meet new people, see what's out there. Dating isn't really my thing, but it's good to like see what's out there, because if I don't like actually see what I like, how would I know what I like? So I advise you to date, but if you want to really focus on your career, focus on yourself, then I would suggest staying celibate, if that's what you desire. But if you want to start a family early, of course date, but don't waste your time in a relationship if you know that's not what you desire. Also, don't feel the need to follow the status quo, because I know my family, they're always querying, do you have a boyfriend? It's like, I've never even mentioned one, so why are you querying? So don't feel pressure to follow the status quo. This is your life, your body, your womb, your mind, yourself, and yeah. Stop buying food, clothes, and things. Stop. For me, it's food. Like, girl, I like to eat. I like to try new things. This one, I know I will still be doing, but not as much nowadays. But stop buying things. Stop buying too many clothes. I like fashion. I love it. I like wearing like lovely clothes. Stop buying it. Or don't buy too much, but just buy what you need. Only because one thing I do regret is having more experiences. I prefer to buy experiences, like have quality time with your friends, with family, do things, go out, instead of buying things that you don't need, unless it's like necessary, like things like a car, things like resources or like a course or something. Unless every daily essentials like roll on, groceries. When you're on your deathbed, you're gonna be thinking about all the things you've done in life, or when you're 40, looking back in your life, you're gonna think about all of your experiences, not the things that you bought. Yeah, so focus on buying experiences and even holidays if you can. Also, as you get older, everyone's working, everyone's busy, people have boyfriends, people have families, and no one has time. So invest in experiences and things, going out when you're younger. Save money. Oh my god, yeah, how many times people have told me to save money and it would just piss me off because I want to go out, have fun and spend money. But yeah, save money. It doesn't, because I remember I did this where I just focus on saving money. It made me depressed. So you need to balance it, like save money, go out, or put a bit of money aside to go out, invest, buy things that you need, because especially in this economy, like wherever you are, is most likely not the greatest. So it'd be best to save money, take courses. You can watch YouTube videos and learn about financing, learn about investing. Ask siblings, ask your parents how to deal with like credit cards if you need one, what bank is best for you. Think about those things now, because the earlier that you understand it and like know it now, the easier things will be. So become more financially literate. The thing I regret doing is, because of my dream job, I kind of just, I had fun and whatnot, but I kind of just chilled. One thing I regret is go hard or go home. Like when you're young, you're going to be the youngest you've ever been. You're going to have the most energy you've ever had. You're going to look the most cutest, most likely. Like might be the other way around, I know. But go hard now so that you can rest later. And you've got the energy you've got the time. You don't have a family. You don't have things that you need to focus on. Especially if you're living with your parents. You've got time, okay? You don't need to nap. You'll need to nap when you have a family. Right now, girl, don't nap. You don't need to nap. You'll need that when you have a family and kids, if that's what you desire. But go hard or go home. I always say this, the hungrier that you are, the more that you'll consume. Imagine that, the more that you'll consume. If you don't know what to do anything. I know I struggled with this, like with YouTube. I wasn't sure what type of YouTube videos I wanted to do, but doing anything wasn't good, but because my gut was like, I'm not sure. But now I'm like, okay, let's go. Manage your mental health, because if you don't manage your mental health, it can affect you later in life. It can affect the way that it can affect your work, your career. You might have an outburst because of like your mental problem. This could be due to family trauma. So if that is the case, communicate with your family, see what you can do about it. Go to therapy as early as you can. Find a therapist that's best for you. Because I know that I eat so much, and when I get stressed, I eat, and it just gets out of hand. But learn how to deal with that. I have to learn how to deal with it by going online and checking out YouTube videos, learning about different calming practices depending on what it is. I know last year I wasn't so great. I'm just feeling so empty inside. But what I did with that was I really focused on my mindset, going to spirituality, like manifestation, card reading, and it's really brightened my outlook in life. I'm more bubbly, and I know what I want in life, and I feel so refreshed. I feel like the void has been not necessarily filled, because I've not achieved what I want, but I feel like the void feels much more healthier. Also eating so much better food and taking care of my body, and I look so much better. Mindset is everything. When you keep your mental health good, your mindset will really shift. Always keep learning. So I love food. I prefer going out to a restaurant, buying fast food, only because I like trying new foods. When I'm in the supermarket, I like trying new things I've never tried before, which is fabulous, but there is a limit. So what I'm saying about learning new things, I've started to cook recently. It's helped save me money, and also I'm getting better at cooking. So let's say in the future I host a party, I can cook myself if I don't desire to hire people. Learning helps make my life more exciting. It can keep you on your toes. I do digital marketing, but YouTube is a very different platform. It's very different, and it's still hard regardless of whether I did digital marketing or not. So it's a challenge for me, which is great because I can improve my skills. And I know that back then when I did YouTube, that being on my CV was actually really good. They love seeing that because I took initiative and whatnot. So it's always good to go out and keep learning new things, especially when you're young, when you're getting into the career, like your professional career. Companies love the people that initiate and are doing things on the side, especially when you're young. So be hungry, keep learning new things. But once you have this mindset of always wanting to learn new things, then it becomes much more easier for you when you do take on new challenges. Segueing into next topic, it is learning from other people's mistakes. I'm quite lucky because I did this. It's usually the older people and siblings. It's also your peers. It's usually older people who have lived life, experienced things, and advice. When I was learning how to drive, I was with like 16-year-olds, and they're all telling me advice, tell me what apps to use, where to go, who to go to. That really helped me get my driving license early because I was just asking people around. Also, older people. I remember I was thinking of moving out. I wanted to move out, be away from my family. But I remember talking to this one lady when I used to work at McDonald's. She really helped me answer that question as to whether I want to or not. She said, stay with your parents as long as you can, save as much money until you're ready. And that kind of made me finalize my decision. I don't regret that, and I'm thankful that I listened to her. But yeah, talk to your older siblings. It's the best advice you can get. Learning from other people's mistakes is the best thing that you could do for yourself. Oh god. Okay, so I make this video just to prove to you. I remember watching videos, the same videos like this. So what not to do in your early 20s. And I remember I bought a finance car. I was sitting in this car, I'm like, I don't regret you, babes. I don't regret you. Like, I don't regret you. But girl, it's expensive. It's expensive. Like, it's very expensive. And once you buy don't buy a car, okay? So the value of the car will deplete, and I knew this, and I watched a video about this. I knew this, but don't buy a car unless you really, 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 really want it and you like materialistic things over experiences. But I like my freedom, like going out, going on holidays, doing different things. But it's expensive. It's expensive. I don't regret it because I love it. It's just easy to drive in. But I must say that things will get like the repairs will actually get more expensive. You think that it would be more cheaper because it's a newer car, but no, it's actually much more expensive, which is sad. It's like, oh my god. But it is what it is. What's done is done. But I would say you can buy a car if you do finance it, but let it be like cheap, like maybe 2,000, finance that over 12-month period, if that's possible, if you do need it. But don't do it for like 5, 4, 3 years, because it will just drag you down. You never know what can happen. I don't regret her. I don't regret her. If you F up, what can you do? Luck up. I would tell myself this. F up, then luck up. What I'm trying to say is that you need to convert your past mistakes, because no matter how many videos you watch, you'll still make a mistake. You'll still make the same mistakes. Convert those mistakes into something better. So if it weren't for that mistake, you will not be where you are today, or you will not be as successful as you are now, or you will not be, you wouldn't have gained the opportunities that mistake has actually given you because you learned from it. An example, which I'll do a video on, is Miley Cyrus. She made that Flower song. If she wasn't in that relationship, she wouldn't have made that song, and that song got her first Grammy. She's been doing music since she was 16 years old, and that song got her first Grammy because of the mistake of that relationship that she had. You think, oh, he wasn't good for her, but look at where she got her first Grammy. So if you F up, luck up. Invest in yourself. No matter, like, if you don't have money, if you do have money, always invest in yourself. And if you don't have money, it can be YouTube videos. Learn how to do finance. Learn how to learn how self-care, learn how to take care of yourself, learn how to do your nails, get better at your daily habits. So getting used to daily routines. When I was working part-time, I didn't have much money, but I knew I wanted to do digital marketing. I paid for a course that would help me get into it, show that I was very invested in doing digital marketing, and that I paid for this course, and that I really want to do this and also learn from that course. Also, that course helped show the work that I could do, and it helped me get into that apprenticeship. The thing I did was Invisalign. I did have braces, but I didn't wear my retainers. But Invisalign, it's made my smile so nice, and everyone says I have a lovely smile, and I love my smile, so I want to invest in it. And I got this after I got my job. I was like, okay, let me invest in myself. And after Invisalign, I was using Corsadil. Don't recommend it if you don't have ulcers or whatnot. Because I assumed it was good. I saw someone using it. I was like, oh, it must be really good. It was not. As I got Invisalign, I realized that I needed to get a dentist or go to have a dentist, because once I got into sixth form, I had to start paying for my own things, and everything wasn't free anymore. So I just cut off like my dentist, because I don't have the money. I need to focus on my other things. They were giving me tips on how to take care of my teeth. There was a lot of staining on my teeth, and now I get a hygiene appointment, and I get a dentist appointment. So they look at the hygiene of my teeth, clean it, brush it, polish it. Second, they look at the health of my teeth as well, and then also I have to do my Invisalign. Because of that, every time I go back, they're always like, oh, your teeth look great, your teeth look fabulous, because you've been taking care of it, you've been taking our advice, you know what to use. So I highly recommend investing in yourself, because if I hadn't done that sooner, who knows what would have happened to my teeth. Create a bucket list. So creating a bucket list is great for creating goals for yourself, or so that when you're 70, when you're 60, you don't have to look back and say, oh, I regret this. No, because you were young, you had a bucket list, and you strive to your goals. I have one. I've done, and I also look at this bucket list, and I'm like, oh, I didn't do anything. I haven't done anything, especially because I didn't have that uni phase. But I look at my bucket list, and I'm like, I've done a lot. I still want to do a lot, but I've done quite a lot. I've done a lot. So I look at this bucket list, like, I've actually done a lot. I've actually done a lot, and it makes me proud, because I actually went out and went for the things that I wanted and organized it and did it. So I highly recommend a bucket list. It gives you motivation, it gives you more drive, more strive to do the things that you want to do. And also, I remember when I went paragliding, that was my thing on my bucket list, and there were 6-year-olds paragliding with me, and I absolutely loved it. They said they were taking things off their bucket list, and I was like, yes, do it now, so I don't have to do it when I was 60. But I'm so happy that they did it. This links into traveling young. Traveling costs money, but when you're young, it's easy. Like, you can travel with your uni friends. You can travel with like you can travel with like your uni friends. It's easier to travel. The way that I was able to travel, I remember I was traveling to different cities. So once I was able to drive, I was driving to I took the train to Manchester. I drove to Leicester. I drove to Birmingham. I drove to Oxford. By driving to these places, I'm more confident, and also I get to see the cities, and I'm making use of the cities around me in different places, and I was able to do different activities, meet different friends, do different things. And by traveling within the country, I'm able to be comfortable taking the train everywhere, especially in London. So I traveled to Tenerife. It gave me more confidence to travel to another country, so I highly recommend it. I wish I did that more, and I want to do that more now. Also, it's great to see the different cultures, see what's out there, because as you get older, you may not have time. The people around you, your friends around you, even if you don't want kids, they might want kids, and they might not have time. So now is the time. I also bumped into someone in a supermarket. He said he was from Canada. He was living in the town that I am now, and he said one thing advice he gave me was like, travel when you're young. Travel. I was like, oh no, but money. So again, he said, if I were to watch this video 5 years ago, I may make the same mistakes that was recommended to me. It's inevitable. This is life. You're going to do things. You're going to make mistakes. Understand why you made these mistakes. Learn from them. Because as I always say, when you F up, luck up. Okay, so that was the end of the video. I hope you liked that. I really enjoyed this video. It's kind of refreshing to me. Let me know in the comments what were your faves and what other advice you would also recommend. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you've got a vibe. Also, if you want to win a life, I highly recommend this video I just did about how you can control your emotions so that it doesn't ruin your life and you actually benefit from it. I highly recommend it. Watch it now.